What's up, Bomb Squad? This is the God Bombs, and today I'm here to talk about the latest from Kanye West, aka Ye. He has gone crazy on X, formerly known as Twitter, going on rants about Jews, this and that. I hate this person, I hate that person, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I think that he's having a mental breakdown. It seems like he's mad that Diddy is now the #1 rap supervillain. And Ye's like, why aren't I getting any attention? Maybe he's mad because Kendrick Lamar killed it at the Super Bowl. And Ye's like, what about me? He can't even perform at the Super Bowl because he's basically blacklisted himself everywhere by saying all this crazy all the time on the internet. And I think he's just butthurt because he wants to be the #1 center of attention at all times. It doesn't seem like anybody really cared about his latest project, the Vultures 1 and 2 series. Personally, I thought Vultures 1 was a decent album, and I even covered the song Fried off of Vultures 2. However, overall, these albums didn't really make a mark in the cultural landscape. And it seems like Kanye just wants attention. He wants to come back. He wants to be #1 in the news. But what he's saying and what he's doing, like selling a t-shirt with a swastika on it on Yeezy.com following a Super Bowl ad, I'm sorry, but this has real life consequences for real people. All right, like Jews are coming under attack from different sides and nobody's really saying anything, and it's kind of alarming considering the history of what Jewish people have been through with the Holocaust and everything. So Kanye is literally saying, I idolize Adolf Hitler. It's dark. It's scary. It's scary that somebody with such a mainstream platform is saying this message, and people are just kind of like rolling their eyes, but nobody's really taking a stand on this. It's too much. It crosses a line. You know, I think Kanye's clearly going through something. In the past, when he was in Wyoming, after he separated from Kim Kardashian, it seemed like he was getting his life together. He was single. He was pursuing his religious faith. He was doing Sunday services on the weekends and active in the church. He was talking openly about how he's fighting against his porn addiction. And that Kanye is gone. This new Kanye that we have right now is completely lost. It seems like he's on drugs or he's drinking for sure. There's reports that he was doing nitrous oxide. He was addicted to nitrous tanks. He's openly bragging about how he's addicted to porn, and he's posting porn on his own X account. He's talking about how he wants to make his own porn. And so what happened? It seems like this person's soul has become completely consumed by the dark side. And as a fan of Kanye's music, I'm just left like not knowing what to feel at this point. I really think he needs professional help. This almost feels like we're getting into a conservatorship type situation here. You know, Bianca, his wife, he got her naked at the Grammys. She looked uncomfortable. She posted on X saying that like she loves Jewish people and she stands up for the good people, the good Jews in Israel. And also reports are coming in that Kanye and his wife, Bianca Censori, are filing for a divorce. So apparently she really is not on board with all this, and she really is sick of all his crazy. And it makes you think that maybe the whole stunt at the Grammys where he's telling her to pull off that fur coat and she's getting naked in front of all the cameras, I guess she was not really into that. It turns out a lot of body language experts were saying that she looked uncomfortable, that they were reading lips, and she was saying no, no, no. So yeah, apparently like that was really not in the plan for her. And all these nude stunts that he's been parading her around all over the world, I guess she's not about it, and she's sick of it. You know, Bianca actually comes from a rich family herself, so she's not quite like the most obvious gold digger that you might think she is. And it sounds like they're settling for something like $5 million. Like she's only going to walk away with $5 million, which, coming from someone as rich as Kanye, that's not a ton of money to come out of a divorce. And supposedly there's a new album coming out called Bully. If Ye drops that album Bully, I will definitely cover that album. But at this point, I feel like the shock tactics are overshadowing the music, and not in a good way. It's not like artistic. It's not artistic shock value. It's just like, what can I do to just offend as many people as possible? It's like he's on this supervillain arc, and he's been on this arc for a long time now, and it's just getting to be really tired. So this is a full-blown disaster for Ye. I don't think he's in a good place mentally whatsoever. This weird video came out online, an AI video of a bunch of Jewish celebrities fighting back against Kanye or whatever, and Scarlett Johansson was one of the AI celebrities that were in the video. It was a deep fake, And she came out saying this isn't cool. She doesn't want to be misrepresented like that, and that this should be illegal. And honestly, I agree. This should be illegal too. All this deep fake stuff is only going to get more and more prevalent. That's something I've been saying for a while. Is like we're going to start seeing all kinds of wild deep fake stuff, because what's to stop anybody from just generating AI videos of anything they want? And who's going to know what's true from what's false? Pretty soon the technology is just going to get better and better. There could even be an AI God Bombs talking to you, and you won't know if it's the real God Bombs or the AI. I mean, this is wild, you guys. And this whole Kanye thing just opens up a whole can of worms. I'm all for free speech. And even if someone's a bigot, I feel like they have the right to express that. But when you're selling Nazi t-shirts and you're openly praising Hitler, and you have a platform as big as Kanye with billions of fans and monthly streams, that's where it gets to the point where it's like, this is too big of a platform to be hate mongering. It's scary. I mean, the Holocaust happened, 80 years ago? It is not that far away that we literally had our people in gas chambers and shit. So this is not a joke. It's scary. It's crazy. It just shows you the depths of what mental illness can do and drug addiction. I do believe that he's definitely getting high again. There was even another report of apparently he has some porn that leaked online from 2012, and then he was able to get it back under wraps, and now someone's trying to leak it again because it's a Jewish guy, and the Jewish guy's like, F you, I'm going to leak your porn again, and I'm going to show the whole world your tiny little So I don't know. Kanye's trying to fight to keep this porn under wraps, and he is a whole ass mess. This man needs Jesus again. When he was on his Jesus, yeah, he was a little kooky, but he seemed like he was in a much better place than now. So I just pray that he finds his God again, his Jesus, whatever keeps him a little bit more sane. Because listen, I'm all about free expression. I do think that Kanye is a genius. But this side of him, it seems like an antisocial personality disorder that's just firing off, determined to push everyone and everything away. And I wonder where that journey ends. Does it end in ruin? Does it end in him being the next Diddy? It almost seems like he wants to be the next Diddy. He's out there saying on Twitter that he was physically abusive to his exes, probably including Kim Kardashian. He's saying, yeah, I've laid hands on a woman, but just because there's no tape of it out there doesn't mean I'm any different than Diddy. And it's like he wants to be the next Diddy. And there's something pathological there. It's like almost like he wants to suffer. He wants to be publicly crucified, it seems like, to attain some kind of like sainthood in his mind. Like he feels like he is going to complete his cycle by becoming the biggest villain of all and then being crucified by everybody. And then we're going to look back on it 100 years later and be like, oh no, we were wrong. Kanye was a hero all along. And, you know, I do think it's brilliant that he's just willing to say whatever, but also it's dangerous when what you're saying is some of the dumbest, most hate-mongering shit you could possibly say, and you have a platform that big. So I don't know. I mean, it makes for some fascinating, social commentary, and I guess that's part of why he does what he does, and he is who he is. And, he's completely unfiltered. People want to cheer for him when he says George Bush doesn't care about black people, but then they want to boo him when he says make America great again, or when he says Hitler was a great guy. Or what I mean, it's like, I guess you can't have one without the other. It's like you either want him to be completely unfiltered and say whatever he wants, and you're going to have to deal with the fact that he's going to say stuff you don't like, or you just want him to be a well-behaved, mild-mannered, politically correct celebrity like all the other clones out there. So at least he's not a clone. I will say that. At least he's not a clone. He is truly himself. Although there are theories that he is a clone, that the real Kanye's been dead for a while and this is a clone. I don't personally believe that. I just think that his mother's death affected him tremendously from a psychological perspective. And I think he feels like he had a hand in his mother's death. Somehow it was like some kind of Illuminati sacrifice or something. And he is just turning against his masters at all costs. He feels like he made bad business dealings with Jewish people, which to me means record label executives. He therefore blames all Jewish people because he lives in some rich elite bubble. He doesn't realize that there's broke ass, poor ass Jews out there that have nothing to do with the music industry whatsoever. They're just normal people trying to get by in the world, and they don't want people hate-mongering on them. He doesn't know any of that because he's been in a bubble since he was 20-something years old and a famous musician, a famous producer. But the weird thing of all this is he's been completely silent on the whole Jay-Z drama. So go figure, Who's pulling his strings? Who does he have allegiances to? What will he talk about? What won't he talk about? He's such a loose cannon at this point. Who knows what's going to happen to him? It seems like if he says the wrong thing about the wrong person, he could just disappear again and be 5150 against his will, just like he was last time. And so who knows what is really going on behind the scenes with Kanye. But I guess he's going back to Japan. Bianca's in the mansion here in LA. It's total pandemonium. We'll see what unfolds next. If he does drop that new album, Bully, I will be sure to cover it on this channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Kanye completely off his rocker? Do you believe he has the right to express himself freely? What do you think about all this? Where do you draw the line with free speech? What's acceptable? What's not acceptable? Can he sell a t-shirt, or is that wrong in an ad on the Super Bowl? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is like the craziest thing ever. We're in such a weird timeline, you guys. It's so weird. Ever since COVID, we are in a weird ass timeline. Who's with me? Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Bombs away.